So it's been a year since you got the operation. You've found friends, people you can connect with, people that you can tell, people that you can open up with, and you finally want to let it out in your art. You write poetry on it and sign up for Domicilium. First way. And the second thing you've been planning to do for so long is to write a novel. And you take one little aspect of your experience and exemplify it by 20 billion times, because that's what you do as an artist. So what would you do, thinking back of when you saw that X on that pea stick? When you started smoking again because you would really rather kill the body you're in than continue living in it. So what would happen if you were in a dystopian universe where abortion was completely illegal and you had a dash of psychosis? I would have done a lot of things. And the character that you've written about is essentially this woman. She douses herself in radiation. She does deals with very, very dodgy people in order to get rid of the fetus, basically. Including removing all her teeth for a tooth fetish doctor who, dentist even, that has mercury, which was an ancient abortion method. So she does that deal. So she ends up really fucked up. Like green, lots of shit on her body missing. The working title is Repulsive. But you think that there is something lacking. You've written about your pain a lot. A lot of people hear about that. But there's something that is more important, and that is self-care. And before I read this, because this is the moment when she is free, not to give too much away, but she's free, I just want to say, if any women in the audience have experienced what I have, you are not alone. You made the right decision, and I am here for a cup of tea any bloody time of the week, okay? Just to let you know. She left the bright red doors flapping in the wind behind her. The rain just starting to spit down on her greenish blue skin as she closed her eyes and took one long deep breath. Oxygen isn't something that a person usually appreciates, as it's wrapped within the constant essence of our being. The thing that without it we wouldn't appreciate either, as we would die and decay. But right there, standing in the grass with her closed eyes and her face turned towards the magnificent open sky, just as it was about to pour its longings onto her, she thanked oxygen openly, wanting to scream her love for it to the grey clouds. After a year of breathing in fumes, intoxicants, and poisons, her nostrils now decided the only gas they could be addicted to was that of the fresh, crisp sensation of cool oxygen, breathing in and out. For the first time in months, she could breathe without questioning it and knew that the bounty of this air was going to her. Only her, the original her that she knew before that mischievous blob was inside her. After so long of dousing herself in chemicals and radiation, she craved a bath. A normal bath with normal hot water to nourish her now scaled, peeling emerald skin. She thought of those bath shops she used to go to before and how she used to love bath bombs. An array of bubbly delights, each with its own unique shape, vibrant colours, sparkles and smells. She can almost smell them now. Blackberry, honey, green tea and mint. And mint. The taste of peppermint tea by the fire in winter. These months had removed her love for these things. Her love for herself and the body she resides in, and for the first time in her cancerous, distorted, and mostly inhuman body, she craved them like the multitude of drugs she had previously forced inside her. She knew that this craving was something that only came with an ultimate freedom, the craving for small things, blackberry bath bombs and peppermint tea. She knew that she hadn't been able to crave these things while the only thing on her mind were fears, and consequences of these fears stained like wine on her brain. She took another deep gulp of air and decided tonight, the night she finally let go, the night she reclaimed her body back as her own, The night she realized that despite her cancers and warts and green skin, lack of teeth, lack of hair, lack of breasts, with chunks of her flesh missing, that she still had the will to carry on. And maybe now finally she can care for herself. She started trudging forwards, dragging her limp leg behind her, with more vigor than before, as she fantasized about her newly found lovers, water and oxygen, and decided she'd pick up some tea on the way home. Thank you.